Alright, I'm now going to show you how to upload resources and where we're going to store all those resources and so on and so forth. Alright, I've logged into my Google account and I'm in my shared folders and I'm going into Year 7 to have a look at the programs there. Once again, I'm going to work on the linear relationships document and I'm going into the Google Doc and it opens up in a new tab. Now you'll notice that I've added a little bit down the bottom here the lesson structure. So this is the structure we're going to put referencing which components we're doing in which lesson next to each other. So I've got a few different teaching ideas for that first content outcome and a few different ideas and some resources. Now what we actually want to do is we want to have linked from all our program unit documents any of the resources that we're actually going to use in the teaching of that. So we've got a storage of those resources. Now if you haven't got the resources electronically, you can always scan them and upload them as a PDF. So how do we do that? Okay, so I'm going back to my Google Drive. We're basically going to store all the resources for a particular unit inside that folder I've created for that unit. So I'm going back into that linear relationships folder and now I want to upload resources. I do that over on the left hand side here where there's an upload button. So I click on that upload button and it asks me what do I want to upload, files or a folder. Now unless you've got a folder full of stuff that you want to upload and embed in there, just files will be fine. So I'm going into my files, and because I'm on my Mac I can actually link to it really easily, and there's a few of these things that I want to upload. So I want to upload Battleship Linear, Cartesian Coordinates Eric, Tiny, Exercise, and the house drawing in Excel. I might actually upload Dino as well because that's kind of cool. I'm opening that and it's telling me that I want to have the same sharing permissions as the selected folder. We actually want that to be the case, so upload and share. So it's now going to go and upload these things, and by wonders of the beauty of screencasting, it's uploaded those very quickly for us. Now you'll notice that it says down the bottom there that it's converted the documents. I've set up our Google Drive so that when you upload a Word document it automatically converts it to a Google Doc, because I think that's probably a better way of going. Alright, so check that your files are all uploaded correctly. Now if I want to link to a file like this Battleship Linear file, I select it by clicking on the checkbox next to it, and up the top here there's a little share button. I'm going to click on that share button and we can either choose whether we want to have so this is accessible only by collaborators. You can change the access if you want. At the moment this will only be accessible by people who we've added to use our Google Docs. I've got a few other little things that I've put in there that we can share generally, but that's probably the settings we're going to want to keep it. That link up the top there is what you need. So copying that link, and that's a link to that document on our Google page. So once I've copied that link, now you might want to work in a couple of different tabs here. So I go back to my linear relationships document, and Battleship Cartesian Coordinates is what I want to link to. I highlight what I want to link, go up the top here to the toolbar and insert link, and what's the URL for the link? And I'm just going to paste what I had in there before. You can choose to test it if you want, and it should open the right document for us, and slowly but surely, and it does. So that's my Battleship document. It's always a good idea to test your links. Then click OK. You'll notice now that that's a link in our Google Doc, which means that when we're going through and teaching this unit of work and we go, oh, I want that file for Battleship Cartesian Coordinates, I can just click on it and it will open that file for me, and I'll be able to print it off and use it whenever I want. The only other thing you might want to do is link to a thing on the web. And once again, I found a game where you play trying to identify which quadrants things are in and what are the coordinates of particular items. I've got the link up here. I select that by highlighting the whole lot and copying it, and once again I just go into my Google Doc, click on the Insert a Link button, paste what I had in there. Good idea to test it, and yes, that works. That's great. Click OK, and it's all done. So that's how we can add resources to our Google Docs.